And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we're going to explore the United States, town centers, small towns, whatever you want to call it. Here, this is episode number 2. I think I'm going to try to do this one time a week, at least through the summer, because it gives me some ideas of what to visit, where to travel. Maybe I'll do a vlog or so. Anybody interested in that sort of stuff? Me vlogging or traveling to these towns? Going to have to step it up on this channel, but first I want to get to 4,000, so please, if you're watching this for the first time, subscribe. It costs nothing, it's free. And anyway, we're going to play US Small Towns by exactly over 1,000 locations. We're going to do this game as a no time limit moving challenge. The play along link for those of you that want to play along will be in the description below, and you're already going to explore. We're going to learn a little bit more about these towns if I've been here. But this game being uploaded on Wednesday, the 9th of July. On the 10th, we'll probably have Norway and UK games, Finland Friday, and on the weekend, the next episodes of Town Centers from Norway, Finland, and the UK. Next week, we'll get into churches, do different things like that. Any requests that you have, let me know in the comments down below. If you're from the United States, I'd love to know. I need to know right now. Comment after this round's over if you're from the United States. This almost looks, I was going to say north, looks like a lake, like one of the Great Lakes. Harbor Point condominiums, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. It just looks like the water is very calm. But, you know, it's the fall in the eastern part of the United States. It is cool, calm, sunny, dry. For the most part. Yeah, we just got leaves here. Let's take try to start from the beginning to see what we can find. Doesn't look like that's the case. That's why I'm moving. Always stop. 989 area code. It's not sticking with me off the top of my head for this one, so that would have helped. Pumpkins. The Blue Moon ice cream. Alright, so we're near water. The Beachcomber Motel. I don't know if I want to go to the beach, but what I see over here is like a town hall or something, I think. Yeah, I can't make that one out. But let's see what's on the sign here. Huron Regional Water Authority. So maybe this is Michigan. It looks like a Michigan road. Michigan roads always have this, like, these lines on the street. Instead of repaving them, or they just put the tar at these locations. But anyway, this is probably Lake Huron, I guess. I was probably right about that with the Great Lakes. Just not really sure of the town here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and go down the street here. Headed south. Lake. Ooh. There's the library. Mini golf. There's a lot of people are probably vacationing here now in this town. Century 21. Buy real estate near the lake, near the beach. Port Austin Fire Department. Mikasa. Get your Airbnb and VRBOs. Cold beer inside the bank. 1884. This looks like a pretty Port Austin. Port Austin. I'm not really sure what's going on with this map here. What the heck's going on? Look at that. Let's see if we refresh and see what happens. Never a good sign with this, but looks like it might have worked. So a little glitch there. All right, so Lake Huron, looking north, Port Alston. There we are. I always, as a kid, always thought of Michigan as like a mitt or like a glove, like you're wearing in the winter, right here, right? The southern part. Maybe that's what people say. I don't know. But we're in the thumb part of Michigan. Port Alston, pretty cool place. This. Right here on this corner. To be honest with you, Port Alston Hardware. So Port Alston, Michigan. I've been to Michigan. However, I have not been this far north. As north as I've gone on this part of the state is Detroit or Detroit. So you anyway, take State Route 53. By the way, somebody had mentioned, got to bring this up. I don't know if this is going to be a longer video. Could be. But somebody had mentioned U.S. highways, interstates, state roads. And again, every state is going to have a different road sign. So if we get them, we'll talk about it. But in this case, 53 and all this is like this circular thing is like a state. When you see this like shield looking thing with white background, black number, that is a U.S. highway. And then obviously the red, white, and blue is the interstate. So hope that helps a little bit. But I'll get in more to that as we talk about it. The Murphy Bakery. So there we are, Port Alston, Michigan, a village. It's actually considered a village. Population looks a little bigger than 664 people live there, but maybe there it is, located at the tip of the thumb of Michigan. It's home to a rock formation known as Turnip Rock. So there you go, 622. It is, the area code is 989, and it is in the Eastern Time Zone. The Eastern Time Zone of the United States. So that's what we're going to learn about Port Alston, Michigan. We're going to go off to the next round. This is a pretty cool looking town. We got Times Tin Cup Vintage Studio. As always, I say, there's always a American flag. Santander Bank. Boonton Mud Clay Studio. Looks like the Northeast to me, if I had a guess right off the bat. Main Street. Dancing with Jorge. Let's take a look at the license plates. Yeah, the license plate. Well, New Jersey. Yeah, they look like New Jersey tags. So every state's going to have different license plates, number plates, whatever you want to call them, for those of you that aren't familiar with the United States. Yeah, this probably like upstate. No, I mean, that's upstate New York, like northern New Jersey. So, and that's the other thing. People from different states will call different parts of their state different names. Like, for instance, you might say upstate New York. You wouldn't say upstate New Jersey. You just say northern New Jersey, central Jersey, southern Jersey. I think. I could be wrong on that, but that's kind of the way most people. All right, Boonton, New Jersey is what I'm thinking. How far north are we? I feel like we're north. We might not be. It feels familiar, but I haven't been here. So let's just say that. I haven't been here. So I feel like it's part. Maybe it's in the western part. Yep, there it is. Boonton on the 287. I've been through Montville, Montclair, Wayne. There's Montclair, Summit. I've been through all this. Bedminster, that's where the president's got a golf club. And the current president, that is. Parsippany, Morris Plains, Rockaway. I've been through here. I've been actually, what's ironic about this is I've actually been on this 287. So I've been through this. I just haven't been into the town proper. Did I come north or south on this road? Anyway, I've been through here. Been through Interstate 80. Morris Plains, Morris, New Jersey. But Boonton, I don't know why it didn't stick out to me right away. For whatever reason. I think we are the Gingerbread Bookshop. Yeah, pretty cool town, this one. Santander bank branch, which is there. The device surgeon. The device surgeon, what a name for a place. We repair all electronics. I wonder if they can repair my microphone computer. Alright, so we're going to look up Boonton, Morris County, New Jersey. Town's population of 8,815. And it was originally called Boontown in 1761 in honor of the Governor Thomas Boone. So, pretty old town for the United States, the Boonton Iron Works, founded in 1770. There it is, the main street that we just saw is unique that is pitched against a cliff overlooking the hollow of the Rockaway River. And there we are, East Coast again, or Eastern Time Zone, I should say, just like the last in Port Austin. And anybody famous from this town? That's what we're going to look at to see. Places of interest. There are some. Pretty cool. Garrett Rickard's house looks pretty cool. Notable people. Seems like this would be a notable people place. Canadian football and NFL player. Long time ago, I guess that is. Jim Lewis, writer for the Muppets. And I don't really know. It's the Singing Cowboy, Don Edwards. The Singing Cowboy. Anybody familiar with him? Alright, so we're going to go off to the third round. Didn't want to do that right away, but we're at Debbie's. This looks like a western town because of the parking. You wouldn't find this East Coast. You're going to have cars going this way. For whatever reason, you get into the Midwest, and especially in the West, cars are parked diagonally like this. It just is what it is. I don't know why. Celebrate Safford in the mountains. Tierra Antigua Realty. The Smoke Shop. Bella's. The 928. Who the heck is the 928? Not familiar with that one either. Safford. Looks like some places have gone. Like I said in the first episode of this is the second episode. There's always theaters in old school American towns that have kind of either stayed with the time as time goes along. Others have been repurposed. Others have gone away and come back. One of the cool things I want to do at some point is visit towns. This is thinking. I'm feeling like these, palm trees and stuff. This is California, probably like the Sacramento area up that way. But anyway, yeah, this is, well, or it could be, I gotta find the plates, or it could be Nevada. Could be Nevada. He's got his coffee. El Coronado. That's a pretty cool, that's an old looking insurance sign. Insurance been there forever in this town. We're always on a main street in the U.S. There's another main street. Pretty cool mural over there. All right. Pretty cool. The town of Safford, I should say. Oof. National. Ooh, maybe we're in Arizona. And that's where we are. There's always a post office in town with the American flag. So we are Safford. The Oro Valley, the Gold Valley. I'm not really sure where this one is. So I'm going to need some probably help on this one. Because, well, no, I don't need help because I got the 70. So here's the 70. The town of Three-Way. Love the top of the world. Imagine living in the top of the world next to Miami. But that's not where we are. The 70. Where'd the 70 disappear to? 70 just disappeared. Um, hmm. This is an interesting show low pine top. This is. Have you ever seen a movie? The movie is called. Oh, it's about the UFO encounter. I think it's called like Fire in the Sky. Somebody could let me know in the comments down below. But that's where the person was abducted. A true story, supposedly abducted by aliens. This is where it happened, I think. Also, they're standing on the corner of Winslow, Arizona. For those of you that are Eagles fans, the music group. Safford, wow, right here north of Cactus Flat. Didn't even pick that up, but a pretty big town, a Western style town. That's kind of the deal. You got Debbie's. It's like the folks on the cowgirls on their horses came through this road years ago and had gunslinging fights and all that stuff. It's kind of the vibe it looks like, the feeling I'd get, but Safford, Maine is what we're looking at here. Maine, West Maine, Beyond Flooring. Where's Debbie's? That's way 5th. Alright, what's going on here? Yeah, we're right in front of that person's realty place. Safford, Arizona. It's a city in Graham County. Population's 10,129. There's the flag. Is a great place to live, work, and visit. That's a hell of a flag. Penileno Mountains sit prominently to the southwest of town, and they have the greatest vertical relief of any mountain range in Arizona. There you go. So pretty tall, majestic mountains. Mountain Standard Time, so 2 hours behind East Coast time is this. The town of Safford, and they got a freight rate line. And Grand Canyon Scenic Airlines began twice daily flights between Safford and Phoenix Sky Harbor. So how about that? So there's an air service to this town in what I guess you could say is eastern Arizona. Fred Mortensen, DJ Carrasco from this town, and quite a few MMA fighters and a rodeo. So a very, like I said, a cowboy type of town. Very rough and tumble. MMA, football players, and rodeo. So we talk about West Cowboys. We got a horse. What looks to be the Exchange Club Casino and Motel. Looks like a place that would be featured on some type of movie, and I can't think of what it is, but you get cheeseburgers at this place. The Exchange Club. Looks like Arizona once again, maybe. Look at this. Wow. How about this? Look at this town. Talking about a interesting looking town. Pretty cool places to explore. I've been through Safford though, just going to the last round. So we're in Nevada. Death Valley, Tonopah, Las Vegas. So we talked about Nevada, and here we are. Scorpion. But I've been through Arizona. I've been through Winslow, Arizona. So, Death Valley, look at that. And so we're talked about the state roads. This shield is the U.S. Shield 95, but it looks like the top of it was removed or something. And we got 374, so there's the state road 374, so the state of Nevada. That's what it looks like. So when you see those are state-maintained roads, typically, I would say 2-lane roads, but roads like that. U.S. highways can be like this as well, but then they can also be divided as well. And then interstates are divided highways. So Death Valley RV Park. I mean, look at this. This just looks the landscape just incredible, right? You go one part of the United States to another and have completely different landscapes. So what I need to find is the town. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. So we're at the 374 and 95 in. So Death Valley's out here. 95. This has got to be it here. Beatty. Is this Beatty? This is Beatty. The town of Beatty. Beatty. Smokin' Jay's Barbecue. Man. What a place. I'm hungry right now. I could go for a barbecue. The world famous Sourdough Saloon. The Beatty Post Gemma's Cafe, as we would say in the United States. Alright, so the Exchange Club. Looking northeast. The Exchange Club is here. I think we're here. And that's exactly our Beatty. Somebody's going to let me know. Beatty, Nevada, an unincorporated town along the Amargosa River in Nye County, Nevada. U.S. Route 95 runs through town. And Las Vegas is 120 miles to the southeast. Death Valley National Park, which is one of the hottest places on Earth, 8 miles to the west. The gateway to Death Valley is this town. So that's pretty cool. Get all different types of towns. Get East Coast, West Coast, Southwest. Beatty is in Pacific time, 3 hours behind East Coast time. But a lot of history here, it looks like. Phone service arrived during World War II, and the town installed a community-wide sewer system in the 1970s. How about that? No sewer system before the 1970s. Mining town, and they only receive 5 inches or 145 millimeters of precipitation a year, which is crazy. Not much at all. It's dry desert location. A town of 880 people. So there you are. And anything else that we need to know? There's a lot of stuff here that goes on in this town. The Bear Mountain Range. Look at that. How about that? But there we are. So the entrance, the gateway to Death Valley. And we head back east. You can tell by the trees, the landscape, and all that stuff. I don't know how far east. I would guess maybe West Virginia, Ohio, something like this. Pennsylvania. That's what I would guess. Let's see if this flag. It's an American flag and a prisoner of war flag below it. Can't tell. Oh, maybe in Massachusetts. Red letters on the license plate. This could be Massachusetts. Let's see. Snap Fitness. Looks like a chair that you'd pull up to a soccer game or football or one of that stuff. Union Street Bistro. Our church, this sort of stuff here looks a little more northeastern, so this has got to be Massachusetts, I would think. So we go all the way from the southwest to the northeast. Sounds like thunderstorms are going to be rolling through here any minute, so I better try to get this game done. There's a lot of thunderstorms of late here on the east coast of the United States. East Hampton Chiropractic. So it's probably East Hampton. I'm going to guess Massachusetts. There's Dunkin' Donuts. Anytime you see a Dunkin' Donuts, it's Massachusetts. I mean, they're everywhere, but there's Dunkin' Donuts everywhere in Massachusetts. Got the mountains to it's probably the eastern part, or excuse me, western part of, I had to guess Massachusetts, so look for East Hampton. There's Northampton. Yeah, just south. So we got Southampton, West Hampton, East Hampton, Northampton, all in there. And just north of it all is Leeds. So, kind of sounds like England to me. I've been here through on this road. I've been on Interstate 91 through here. Haven't stopped. Have I ever stopped in East Hampton? I don't know. But I've been on this way skiing up in Vermont. Galbraith Field. East Hampton is the town. The Tandem Bagel Company. Yikes. There's our Snap Fitness. Shelburne Falls Coffee Roasters. Peter's Rapid Cleaners is right there, and we are in that little place here on Union Street in the town of East Hampton, Massachusetts. I really enjoyed this one. This is a fun game. Let's explore East Hampton. It's a city in Massachusetts, in the Pioneer Valley, near the 5 colleges and the college towns of Northampton and Amherst. Population as of 2020, 16,211. I'm sure people would probably know that from that hill there. There's the flag, the seal. And it was first settled by European immigrants beginning in 1664. There we are. Elevation 170 feet or 52 meters. And we are in the Eastern time zone. So another mill town. Another old town. So we got a lot of towns that are old in this game. Town centers. Pretty cool. And when you play games like this, you realize there's a lot of towns in the United States. Sometimes you always think of the big, I would say like the sporting goods stores, the Chili's, the big, what I would call the malls, the complexes, the town centers that are like new town centers with just shopping and stuff. But I tell you, there's a lot of cool towns in the United States. And for those of you that are listening this far, and hit the like button if you're this far in. I explored Harper's Ferry, West Virginia recently. Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, pretty cool town that. A lot of history there. Gettysburg, another town that I've been to recently. And same thing, pretty cool towns. You start to realize there's a lot of interesting towns, restaurants in the towns, things to see, people to talk to, and who knows, maybe this channel takes me on certain tours of towns, doing some blogs. If there's any interest in that stuff, love to know in the comments down below. Also love to know where you're from in the United States or where else you are from around the world, and where have you been? Have you been to any of these places? All right, we got 25,000, kind of like that northeast and southwest type of game. Hopefully we get some middle part of the country next. Been to Nevada, but I haven't been to this town. Haven't been to Death Valley. Have been to Arizona, but not this far south. Been to Michigan, not this far north. Driven past Boonton, just never thought of it. And East Hampton, the same thing. So driven past these two, but never actually stopped in the town. Let me know if you have. With that said, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.